Hey everybody, and welcome to The Void, a show dedicated to filling the void between being an employee and becoming self-employed. Most people refer to starting your own company as taking the leap, as if they're blindly jumping off a cliff and into the unknown. This show is here to help you understand that it doesn't have to be that way. As always, if you like what you're hearing on the show, please do us a favor and help share The Void with somebody else who might be wanting to start their own company. We saw an opportunity to help others understand that self-employment is well within your reach, and just as our businesses have grown organically and by word of mouth, we want this show to grow the same way. So if you see somebody asking questions about starting their own service-based business, please do us a favor and send them a link to the show. I'm your host, Mitch Smedley, and with me as always is David Hilton on the other side of the room.
I'd ask you what you did today, but I saw the video evidence. And I'm a little worried about what's going to happen.
You didn't see all of it.
I'm glad I didn't see all of it.
You haven't seen half of it.
I'm glad I didn't see all of it. I saw one thing, and I was like, oh, okay. You know what? At first, I was wondering why you didn't call me to, like...
Now you're probably glad we didn't call you.
Now I'm glad you didn't call me. Yeah. Like, I don't want to testify. I don't want to have to deal with that guilt. I can just... I wasn't there. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, sir. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, so with us today, we have guests. We haven't had a guest in like 100 episodes.
We have guest.
we have a guest.
We have guest. You mean
We've got Daniel from FieldPulse. Daniel, introduce yourself.
I'm Daniel Myers of FieldPulse. I have been a fan of you guys for a while. We've been hooked up, partnering, and mentioning stuff back and forth. First met Mitch. I don't know when was that when you came to Dallas?
January, February, I think.
I'll say it's been 8 months at least.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something like
so
that.
I first met Mitch, and we did an episode of the FieldPulse podcast. Then that was in our old office. We're actually in our new office now. So I'm here and in the flesh, and we have done some things today that we are very glad some bright, flashing, spinning lights did not show up to see today.
Yeah. We were pushing the limits with the law.
The only thing I can tell is that he's an instigator. Like, that's my initial read on him.
Maybe.
Just
but I'll say this.
A bit of an instigator.
I'll say this. We made a meth head fireworks sales lady very happy today.
Where did you go?
When you show up at the Bait City fireworks stand.
Oh, Fire City, Bait City.
When you show up there in August, late August,
with
they haven't seen a customer.
They're like, oh.
Well, they haven't seen a customer in 2 months.
Here we go.
They're like, customer.
Yeah, we have fireworks. Thank God you came in.
Her life has been a plot for a horror movie the last 2 months.
Yes.
Since July 4th, she comes in, she turns those lights on, she leaves, she turns the lights off. That's been her existence.
You know what? It's weird. So there's a Pyro City on 50 Highway too.
Yep.
Like, Joey will just go in there and buy like a couple random cakes, and I'll be sitting out on the porch, and then I'll just hear boof, 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 and they're going off for 20 minutes, and I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, it's a Wednesday. I don't know. It's a good day to light some fireworks. He likes to do it on his birthday, which is weird because it's January 31st. It's like 5 degrees outside, and I'll just hear this. Boom, 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 and I look out the window. Yeah, he's out on the deck lighting fireworks.
For those that don't know,
fucking winter.
Dave's little brother lives in a barn on Dave's property. So it's a nice barn. It's a house.
Is it like the barndominium type thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still a barn.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
it's super nice.
Some guys live in a van down by a river.
It's nice.
Yeah, some guys live in a van down by a river. Joe lives in a barn on Dave's property.
Yeah, right. Just lighting off fireworks January 31st. Like, what are you, 29th? What are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Just random as shit. So that's good. You're bringing life to people that otherwise would not have any human contact.
I know. She's going to talk about that for months now.
Damn right she is.
I bet.
You should have seen these hillbillies that came in and bought fireworks today.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Got
what
a new sub on
the
YouTube channel, though.
That's good.
Because she asked why, like, anytime you walk in with a videographer holding a camera, they're always like, what are you filming for? YouTube. And now all of a sudden they're like, oh, and she's like walking us around and showing us things.
Yeah, of course she was.
Really? I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, so was she like a real scraggly, weird lady, or what? Like, give me some specifics. Like, what was it?
Typical Bait City.
She didn't have all her teeth.
Yeah.
No one in Bait City. If you move to Bait City and you have your teeth, they pull 2 out.
Yeah.
It's like a requirement.
You have to know.
Oh, first year residence tax is 2 molars.
No, it's a molar and one in the front. You have to see what's happened. I kind of thought that when he said method. I mean, it's Bait City. Man.
I think she lives right across the highway from the place.
In the trailer park that's still
probably.
there? Yeah,
Most likely.
You know they let you bring your own trailer now in? Like, you can bring your own fifth wheel and park it there?
Yeah.
Dude, it's white trash paradise.
Dude, so speaking of trailer parks, I got a buddy of mine. He's got like 4 or 5 trailer parks, right?
Yeah, the rich guy.
He had 11 trailer parks.
Is he coming to our event?
No.
No, not that good of friends. Okay, got it.
He had 11 trailer parks. He sold some off. But you know the ones he's keeping?
The trashiest ones?
No. He found this niche market where he finds trailer parks that are outside the limits of distances from schools and playgrounds and everything else.
I've heard about
and
these
he
guys.
actually sells, like he sells it to people that are on the
do not
watch
touch
list.
list.
The watch list, yeah.
The do not touch list.
I've heard about these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
To be honest, that's scandalous as shit.
He said,
but
I can
really
charge
smart.
whatever
Like,
because
it's
they
so
can't-
smart, right?
That's capitalism at its not. I'm not gonna say capitalism at its best, but it's
Finest
It's
is
capitalism.
Finest
I mean-
is at the top, and
Well-
best is like right under it. I mean, I might give him best, but nah.
you know the best people to rob, right? Are sexual predators because you know their address and you know they don't have guns. So it's like the easiest way
And
to
you
go
know
about
they're
it.
not going to call the cops. they're not
He
going to
touched me.
call the cops.
he illegally entered my.
Oh no! Exactly.
Oops.
But yeah, he's keeping those 4 trailer parks because he's like, I can charge whatever I want, and there's a
Yeah.
line of people at the door waiting to get in.
Yeah, because they ain't got nowhere else to go.
I know.
Yep.
Pretty freaking genius.
Yeah. You know what?
And he's like, and they don't complain. They're just
know-
happy to have somewhere to be.
I don't get jealous that often.
Hey, if you like what you're hearing on The Void and you want even more info, we just started a mentorship program specifically for trades professionals to start their business or to get their business to an incredibly healthy position. So if you'd like more info, click on the link in the description of this show.
Like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. Well,
Damn it.
right place, right time, baby.
Man.
Preparation and opportunity right there.
Preparation and opportunity. We need preparation like he's interviewing them all. Like, hey, you think you're going to go away for a while? Or like, what do you think's going to happen? No, I'm going to get off. Next!
Yeah.
Is that what the
No, he
preparation
doesn't
is?
want the ones going away because they're not going to pay.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to get you, I've noticed, and this is 100% my fault. So we've been doing the podcast. How long have we been doing it? A year and a half?
Year and a half.
Maybe a little longer than that, right? There used to be good booze over here. And
I got Busch Light peaches down in the fridge.
Stop. So, and it's really my own fault. Like, I've been robbing Mitch's booze for a year and a half. So, like, I can't complain too much, but it's like they're just going downhill. I don't know if it's like he's doing it on purpose to me or he's quit drinking good stuff. Like, I'm drinking Evan Williams, and it tastes like an old lady's
Hey, do you want
foot.
I got some special blend Weisers up there. It's
Is that-
Canadian whiskeys.
We tried that.
straight off the.
No.
No?
It's worse than Evan Williams.
Well, don't let. He listens to the show.
I'm not saying it wasn't nice of him to bring it, but it's awful. I like the guys. He was super nice.
Honestly, I haven't even tried it yet. Mason tried it, and the face he made, I'm like, I think I'll hold off for a minute.
first
I'm gonna
off-
wait for a cold day to try that one.
First off, don't give your 14-year-old son whiskey.
I didn't say his age. Thanks for.
Yes, you have on the show. He's been interviewed on the show. They can see him.
It's date timestamp. They don't
What
know.
the fuck ever. I'm going to send him some Blantons or something good.
Something
To
good.
be like, hey, this is what you
They won't
should
let
be
that in
drinking.
Canada. Trudeau, I think, stops that.
Like,
no fun here.
He'll only allow trash.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. I'll bring you some booze. It's my turn to buy. I'll buy some.
Okay.
All right.
I'll bring some for Danielle.
Your turn to fill up the liquor
Yeah,
cabinet.
it's probably my turn.
Finally.
Daniel, what's
Year
your
and a
drink of
half,
choice?
dude.
I stick with beer nowadays.
Yeah?
I've had my run in my lengthy history with booze, and beer is where I landed. I stick with good beer. So I was very unaffected by any Bud Light controversy at all.
Because you only like good beer.
That shit
Like the good
sucks
shit
anyway.
anyways.
I always wondered, like, when we've got into it at lengths, but like I still don't know anyone that drinks Bud Light. Like when we were kids, we'd be like, "Hey, let's get some Bud Light." But even after a while, we're like, "Dude, this stuff sucks. Let's get some Miller Lite or something."
I'm
It's like,
interested.
who's drinking it?
I'm interested to follow up with a lady that I know, a woman that I know that every single day she gets an 18-pack of Bud Light on the way home and drinks it every
18 beers every day.
every single
Damn.
night.
Look, I can drink a lot, but 18 beers.
18 beers every single night.
That's a lot of beer, dude.
yeah.
She's
is a lot
probably
of beer.
hurting when she's not having drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you think?
that would make me hurt to have them. She's probably
You
hurting
think?
Yeah.
She's
drunk.
suffering until she gets that 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, the instant she buys it, she's like,
She is
5 more
super
minutes.
professional, high level. I'm not going to say what she does, but very, very high in the professional world, and that's just her thing every single day.
Man.
So I'm interested to catch up with her and find out.
well, I'm interested.
you still
for
buying
you
Bud
to
Light?
Are
catch
you
up
buying
with-
Bud Light? Have you switched, or what are you doing
She
now?
probably don't care. She's like, I don't care.
Leinenkugels now.
Yes, sir.
I like Leinenkugels. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
They're
Got the
refreshing.
Summer Sandy
In the
for
yeah, in the summertime, man.
our shoot
Yeah.
today.
That's what I shotgunned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's hard to shotgun too because it's citrusy.
It's foamy.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
You should
Yeah.
see. You should see what happens when you pierce the side of it with a screwdriver. It goes everywhere.
even accidentally. So I made a gesture explaining the shotgunning
is that how
process,
you clipped it?
and it tapped it It just
Yeah.
like all in his face and
Pressure,
That's what
pressure
she
nozzle,
said.
or yeah.
and I just look at the beer. I touched you. I just
Yeah.
tapped you,
Yeah.
man. Come on.
Most
getting
beautiful mist
so
ever.
thin. Like
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I could crush a Coors Light can while it's full. Like
Yeah.
I try. And I'm like,
You ever-
if I was just a little bit stronger, I bet I could crack that bitch.
Have you ever seen the videos of the guys that they drop the cans in an acid that gets rid of the aluminum?
Yeah.
And it leaves the plastic lining that's on the inside of the aluminum.
No.
So you end up with a
What?
clear can.
Yeah.
That's cool as shit.
Yeah.
There's a plastic lining inside of an aluminum can that because you'd get that
they
metallic
have the,
taste.
They have the BPA lining.
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
non-BPA lining. Yeah, that's right.
And so it eats the aluminum away, and you're left with this plastic sack full of whatever liquids in there. It's pretty cool.
Next experiment.
Yeah,
There we go.
We can
Review
do
it to death.
Dude, that would
review
be...
aluminum cans to death.
Yes.
Or the acid. Review the acid that you
Yeah.
used to do it to
We've
death.
got
What else will
75
it eat?
different
Yeah.
beers.
What else will it eat?
Yeah, just
I
throw
got it in
all
my
kinds
eye.
of shit in there.
Throw
Yeah.
a chicken in there.
Yeah. Well, we got big plans for chickens around here.
I'll donate a chicken. I've got chickens in my house. I will give you one.
I saw a video the other day, and I want you to either verify this or try this. You set a chicken down on its belly, and you do the best you can to put his head down on the ground. And if head's facing this way, you draw a line in the dirt. It hypnotizes the chicken, and the chicken won't move.
It works.
It does.
So Mitch told my daughter this when the chickens were real little.
Okay.
And so this summer we did it, and it works.
All
Now,
right.
What's weird? Okay, so we have 3 different types of chickens at the house.
The breeds, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The gold ones it wouldn't work on. The white ones and the black ones it worked on. The gold
That
ones.
was all white and black in the video.
Yeah,
Okay,
come
that makes
to
sense.
think of it, it's
Yeah.
only white and black
Was
ones
it?
in the video. Yeah.
The gold ones it would not work on them.
Yeah.
And they're weird too because they won't let you pick them up. They're kind of skittish as shit. I don't know.
So in the video,
But
they
the
like wipe
Leghorns
away
and
the
the other
line,
ones-
and then within a second or two, the chicken kind of like stands up,
Dude,
and they're
some
like,
of
"What the
chickens-
heck?"
So we did it. So some of the chickens, it's weird. Like you wipe it away, and then like you just said, a couple seconds. So sometimes you gotta like be like, and then they kind of because they're still sitting there, and you're like, "What's this? Is it?"
Did I
And then,
kill it?
and then it gets up, and you're like, "Oh, okay, it's fine."
Yeah.
Layla's freaking out. Dad, it's dead. I'm like, "Babe, it's not dead. It's fine." Dude, she's 10. Those chickens are her life. Like
Yeah.
they're her pets. Like, and we've lost, quote unquote, lost like four or
Eden.
5. Oh man, she like loses it.
Yeah, I'm
no,
sure.
They're my best friend, just crying.
Yeah,
So now I
she
don't
doesn't
tell
know
her.
that she's crying while eating one of them.
I don't.
This was my best friend.
So good.
Mom, this is the best dinner you've ever made ever.
I'm telling you,
I miss you
That's
so much.
Patches.
I quit telling her. The last 2, I'm like, babe, so we free range them a lot.
Okay.
I'm like, babe, sometimes they just run off with the wild chickens. I don't know what to tell you.
Just gangs of wild
Yeah, they're
chickens
just
rolling around Missouri.
And I tell her, I was like, or maybe someone down the road, maybe they just took them in because it got lost, and I'm sure it's fine. Okay, it was like because those first few, it was rough, but now it's
One
easy.
day that's gonna come around full circle.
Yeah.
That lion ass mother.
You're right. You're 100% right. All I'm doing is pushing it off till later. That's my life right now. I'm just pushing the truth off till later. Like
Yeah.
fuck, it'll come back. But yeah, you're right. You're
Dave's-
100% right.
You've never woke up with a shotgun being pumped in your face, but you're about ready to from your own daughter.
I keep the shotguns put away. You know what? Maybe it's time I start putting them all
Maybe.
because she can't load the weapons, so I leave them out, but just not one in the chamber. She's
Right.
not strong enough to know what to do. But
Sure.
another few years, yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff's gonna have to go in the biometric safe. Like,
My sister's household. Well, I have two sisters. One of them is the same way. Brother-in-law was a cop for, gosh, I don't know, 35 years or something. He has a collection of guns, like an encyclopedia of guns.
nice.
And they come home and they just disload and unload and disarm their weapons, and they put them in a fruit, like a key bowl, like by the back door. They're just guns and magazines in a bowl,
Yep.
And so my nephew, their son, my nephew, he's 21. He dates a girl and brings her to parents' house for the first time.
Oh shit!
And she comes in the back door and sees a salad bowl full of guns. Just like, oh my god! You'll not lock these up? They're like, no.
I tried.
They're unloaded.
I tried to put them away when people are coming over because you just never know.
Sure.
Right, but I always forget. There's always like so one of our ARs is
I
a
forgot
300.
about that one.
Yeah, I keep it out for coyotes and stuff, just like by the back door.
Sure.
And then like people come over and they're like, just looking at it, and then they're looking at me, and they're looking at it, and they're looking at me. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll put it away.
Yeah.
It makes people so nervous. It's
Then
like,
they go to the bathroom and find your bathroom gun, and then they get to go to the fridge to get a beer, and they find your fridge
Where all
gun.
my
And
fucking guns are, Mitch. God damn it, dude. People might come to my house.
yeah, I didn't tell them about the freezer gun.
There are a lot of guns out at my house. Yeah, no shit. There are a lot of guns out at the house.
The mailbox gun, the neighbor's gun. Like there's no extent.
You gotta have extras, man.
Yeah.
You gotta have extras all the time.
Well, I mean, heck, you guys came over today and eyeballed the Gammo gun lined up at the back door. So
Yeah,
we keep it.
Hold on, sir. Let me load my Gammo gun while you rob me.
That's for squirrel defense. It's not for home defense.
Squirrel defense.
They'll launch an assault. I tell you, they just tear up your yard. You got to protect that yard.
Oh my god.
Oh, they'll fuck up your house.
Yeah.
I have fixed many a squirrel holes in all cedar homes, and the worst thing in the world is you patch that hole even with metal.
Oh, yeah.
Not knowing that there's babies inside.
Yeah.
I've watched them peel metal back like a tin can to go get their kids
Get
out
the
of
kids
the
out of
attic.
there.
We had a
They're
woodpecker.
tough, dude.
We had a woodpecker pecking on the house, and I went out there with my Gammo gun to try to get the woodpecker, and it's kind of hard when it's on the house. My son's like, "Can I shoot it?" And I'm like, "Sure." And here it's sitting on the side of the house.
Here, shoot a hole in the roof.
Yeah,
Good job.
and-
Give
and
the
I'm
kid
like,
the gun.
And I'm like, you can't. No, you got to wait until he's like on the edge of the house.
Yeah.
Because
No one knows.
Like right now, the bullet's going to go through and into the house.
Through the
right?
fascia, through the soffit,
Yeah.
through the roof,
Yeah. So,
bounce off the insulation, come through the ceiling.
yeah. And for anybody listening, we live in a state where it's legal to shoot woodpeckers. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what state that is, but we live there. So- Our slogan is "Fix pipes, pet dogs, but fuck woodpeckers." I'll say that.
Birds.
Mitch, Friday night.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Out there with the night vision goggles on.
Yeah.
Trying to get all the woodpeckers.
You might be a woodpecker.
You never know.
Soft woodpecker.
You never know. Got any funny stories from the field, Dave?
No.
No? Oh, come on. You got a bank of them.
If you give me a few minutes, I'll think of one.
Daniel?
Is that what you want to talk about?
Yeah.
We don't really have anything to talk about. We're just rambling.
Yeah, we're just
Let
kind
me
of
think
rambling.
about it. Let me think for a
But
minute.
that was one thing that we kind of sent over to you guys was stories in the field, and we've been getting some good ones.
Dude, I mean, we've got some that are like 500,000 views.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
People
Some
love them.
Some have gone pretty well.
Yeah.
So we had a nut job literally just 2 days ago call us. So, we do that Family First program where we take care of plumbing repair needs like for free. Right?
Shameless plug, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
And we did
That's funny.
we did a free repair a month and a couple of weeks ago, and it was like augering a clogged sewer line, and we were unable to get the line open. The line's like broken and collapsed. It broke our sewer machine trying to auger it, right?
Broke the line or broke the machine itself?
Broke the machine. Like
Broke,
the machine.
break the band around it or what? You
No,
throw
like
the motor out of
the
it?
bit's gone on the end of it.
Oh, that sucks.
Right? So it broke our cable. And so we tell the guy, like, hey, you need a lot more repairs than what a sewer machine's going to do. And unfortunately, those repairs are outside the scope of our program. So you're going to need to find something, right? And
Yeah, you can't give a $15,000 repair away.
Right, right. So
Not without some sponsors. Hey, suppliers and partners.
yeah,
Sounds like FieldPulse is renegotiating.
Yeah,
Sounds like
there we
get
go.
more money. That's what it
Yeah.
sounds like.
Family First and FieldPulse are teaming up.
Oh, yeah. I like it. Sponsored by FieldPulse.
So the guy calls back to get on our schedule again the next month, and we're like, hey, yeah, sorry, you know, the condition of your line was too great for us to get out there, but also like this guy, the condition of his home was too bad to re-enter.
You said it was like horrendous.
Yeah, like critters, and we had to make a path wide enough to run the sewer machine through.
I hate when that happens.
Like a hoarder house?
Like a hoarder house,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And so
a filthy hoarder house. All of the hoarder houses are filthy. That's what
we basically
Bad.
graciously
Not necessarily, but
declined.
we'll get there. I'm sorry, Mitch. Go ahead.
We graciously declined the offer to come back and do more free work, right?
Yeah.
Because we knew it would be fruitless. So he calls our phone the other night, and he's either drunk or he's got some kind of a disability that makes him sound drunk. Could be either. But he's rambling on about how we broke his line and now we owe him a new line and all of this stuff, and then he hangs up, and then he calls back again and just continues on his message about how he can't believe we left him like this, and he's going to call the Better Business Bureau on us. And it's like, we didn't charge you anything. And like, it's not even like we can't, like, some of those companies are kind of scammy where it's like, okay, I'm going to come in for free and then I'm going to tell you, oh, well, this isn't covered and now I have to charge you type of thing. Like, we didn't even do that. Like, the moment it became a repair, like, we just walked away from the whole thing.
Yeah.
And he's
There's
like,
a big difference.
Yeah. He's like trying to claim Better Business Bureau practices. And it's like, for one, we'd probably have to charge you before you could make a complaint.
Yeah.
And for two, I don't think that's going to go very far. Like, wait, let me get this straight. The guy offered you free work and it didn't quite fix your problem, and now you're mad at the guy? Like,
yeah, you will get a chance to rebut this if he can even figure out how to do it, because the Business Bureau website kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And then you'll get the complaint. You'll be able to read it. You'll be able to rebut. They'll look at the whole thing, and it'll.
Yeah, that's why we've told the people. I think it was in the first like 9 episodes. People, I think we got questions like, "What do you guys think about the Better Business Bureau? Do we need to be members? Do we need this?" Like, dude, it's not 1987.
Yeah.
Like the BBB is over. It's
Yeah.
over. It's just a scam system now to make money.
It's a marmarketing.
Yeah,
it's a marketing agency now.
Like
is really what it
now.
is.
Yeah.
All of the
No, you do not
house
need to
and
be
the what's the other one? The
Like
neighborhood
next
thing.
door
Next door
and
thing. It's all just
Thumbtack.
marketing.
Yeah. They're all just grabbing your money.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I've never spent a dime on Nextdoor other than you can buy zip codes to make sure that nobody else can buy those zip codes to market in those zip codes.
Oh, okay.
I've never actually paid for marketing on Nextdoor. I've just bought the zip codes.
Okay.
So I bought the zip codes around here to where nobody else can market them, but that's it. Like, it was more or less like, I don't need to market in it. I just want to make sure my competitors aren't marketing in it. So I think I don't know, she could tell you. I think it runs like $145 a month to buy all the zip codes that we bought.
She got no clue, dude.
She just pays the bill. She doesn't look at them.
Yeah.
She just puts the card number in.
Yeah, we know that.
Get back to work, big boy.
Well, where's my check, bitch? That's what she says to Mitch. Where's my check? Where is it? Take me to dinner.
It's like Austin was saying whenever we were trying to film that YouTube video of the water heater exploding, and I'm running out there, like we were trying to be safe. So we had a Wi-Fi camera set up to monitor the pressure gauge, so we could monitor the pressure from a safe distance. Well, the Wi-Fi signal dropped out. And so then it was like, well, now we have to go check the pressure. So I'm like tiptoeing out there, and I scream at Austin, like, don't stop filming, right? Because this could be interesting.
Why did I just have a scene of Looney Tunes roll through my head?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's Mitch's
Acme.
life.
Wile E. Coyote
He's
out there.
freaking Looney
on
Tunes.
roller skates with an Acme rocket strapped to my back. And so,
dude, so they did this at my house.
yeah.
And I'm in the house, like, working and stuff, and I could see out the window. So I watched it for, how many days was it? 4.
We were out there for 4 days.
5 different
4 days.
days. And I'm just out there looking. My wife's just standing there next to me, literally. What the fuck's the matter with him? Like it's cold out there. They got the kids out there so they can see. Danielle's out there. I know she don't want to be there.
We took the kids out of school.
I know that she doesn't want to be there. Dude,
I'm serious.
I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I'm like I want to go out there and be supportive. Like, he's my best friend. But it's like at the same time, it's like I can't go out there and stomach the fact that this isn't gonna work, and I feel bad, and I'm like, this isn't going to work. Like, this thing isn't going to take off. I look out there, Danielle's sitting on the porch. And I'm like, this poor broad is just sitting out there. I'm like, she don't want to be out there.
Nope.
It's freezing.
We took the kids out of school because we thought this was going to happen like in a day. And we didn't realize how long it takes to build the pressure to get a water heater to blow up. And so by the end of day one, like,
it was hard to watch.
It wasn't there yet and it needed more time. And I was like, damn, we took the kids out of school for nothing. And then by the end of day 2, our water heater failed in less than glorious fashion. And it was like, damn, well, let's try it again. So we got a whole different water heater, spent another 2 full days out there, and it failed in less than glorious fashion as well.
Yeah,
and so
I go
finally
out
we're
there.
like, all right, water heaters don't rocket off like they do in Mythbusters. Like Mythbusters was 11 or 12 years ago when they were doing that. They make them differently now because they don't blow up like they did
I
back
told
then.
him to get some Pyrex. Like, let's just blow the sun. Just blow it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every engineer at A.O. Smith, Ream, Bradford, White, they're all like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Because if this thing actually took off,
100% right.
and some redneck plumber in Missouri made it take off like a rocket, we are never going to hear the end of this.
Yeah, it's gonna start a
Oh, thank God.
We were prepared though. We had GoPros strapped to the heater so it could ride up as it rocketed. We had a drone parked like 350 feet overhead, like right in line with it.
Yeah.
We were actually hoping we were going to hit the drone with the
I
water
almost
heater.
shot it with my shotgun just for fun. I was like, man, I just want to go out there so bad and shoot that fucking thing. Like, I can't. I just can't do it. Like, and I would pay for the new one, but I was like, I just can't. I can't crush his
Shoot
dreams.
out of the sky,
I
just
can't
give him a
crush his
check.
dreams.
Yeah,
like
that was
that.
cool.
That was worth it.
I just couldn't do it.
That's
I
like when
I wanted
Amazon-
to. I fucking wanted to so bad.
It's like when Amazon starts delivering packages with drones. It's like target practice with prizes.
Yeah.
Just got to make sure you shoot one that's got a box underneath it.
Damn straight.
Next level porch pirates out
Yes.
of the sky.
That's the
Sky
only
porch pirates.
reason I would ever live in a subdivision again. It's just for that. Like, that's the only reason. If it flew over in my perimeter,
Oh yeah.
like, that'd be the only way I'd move back to a
I'm like, you don't have to
subdivision.
live in a
First one down,
subdivision
and
for
then they
Amazon.
Put a zone around your house, and
Yeah,
that
like a no-fly
things come out
zone.
here.
Yeah. What do? I sit on my back porch with a 410 and a silencer, and I just wait for free shit.
Dude, we got an Amazon hub
That's
like
all
a
I
mile
do.
away.
I know
like,
we do. You sit there with a cooler full of beer and a fucking umbrella. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Just waiting for free shit, man.
Well,
Just
yeah.
fucking waiting for free shit.
What'd you get today? It's pretty light. Only one out of anything was good. Mainly some underwear, some,
But I had a great time.
some eye masks.
And I am canned.
But I did get a PS5 remote control. Like, you got to eat. I mean, most people Amazon some of the most boring shit ever. Like, what do we have coming right now? Like
School supplies.
school supplies and
USB cable.
yeah. We got a presentation clicker for like a
Exfoliating gloves.
yeah. I mean,
I thought you were going
work.
to say something completely different than that.
Your
Where you started exfoliating.
your trash can for living in a thing will just be piled over with everyone else's shit.
Yeah.
Trash
What happened?
can.
I clipped half the prizes.
Yeah.
Prizes? Yeah, don't worry about it.
And why do all these drones have little blue arrows on them?
Don't worry about it.
It's the Amazon smile
in
arrow.
the backyard. What's that for? Don't worry about it, bud.
Yeah.
Is that my address on that box? No.
Nope.
No, that's mine. I found it. Hey, if it's in my yard, it's fucking mine. God. That would be fun, though. That'd be a lot of fun.
It would be fun.
So back to where we started 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're going
Stories
to
from
get back,
the field.
back
I
on track
guess
here.
My earliest, I'll go with my first one. My earliest memory of very awkward situation was I was painting a master bedroom, a hallway, and a dining room. And this very elderly, fragile couple lived there. And like, 80, 90, like they didn't even drive anymore, elderly couple.
Right.
And they had this huge, I don't even know what you call it, a 4-post bed with like a top on it, and it had lattice everywhere, and it was very ornate.
Yeah.
You know, so we had to take the top off of the bed to move it because we couldn't move the bed with the top on it. So we disassembled the top. All of these feather boas and little tickler
Nice.
toys and all
Oh,
the stuff
man.
came
Nice.
falling down.
Yeah.
This little old
Nice.
lady came shuffling into the bedroom and just,
Like her face is bright.
Now, was she shocked because you saw her stash, or was she just as surprised as you?
oh no, it was complete embarrassment.
Okay,
It was
okay.
That was her
complete
stash.
embarrassment. And
Those
she
could go
just-
either way.
And she asked us, will you excuse me for a minute while I clean all this up? Yes, ma'am, absolutely. I'm sorry.
First off, good for that old lady,
Hey, man,
right?
they're
Dude,
90-something years
Dude, if
old.
I'm 90 and that thing's still working,
Yeah.
fucking preach on, dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Doctor
gives
asked
me
Dave,
hope.
do you take any meds? Only 4 Viagra a day.
Like, you have sex 4 times? No, it takes 4. I gotta eat 4 of them.
It takes
I gotta have 4.
Yeah.
I eat
Really?
one with my breakfast,
Yeah.
then I have a snack.
I chew them. I crush them up and snort them. I got to do whatever I got to do to get in the bloodstream. You know.
I can't tell you how many
95
times.
Years old. Oh my god.
I can't tell you how
Good
many
for
times we
them.
go into a house and they're like, "Yeah, the tub's not working," and we go into the bathroom.
Sorry,
The-
my glass all wet.
We go into the bathroom and like the ladies still have their toys out in the bath. Like apparently the bathroom is the place to store that stuff. But you'll see like lotion, makeup brushes, more lotion, shampoo, dildo, shampoo, conditioner. Like it's just blending in with everything.
Well, they're all chargeable now, so they got to have an outlet. And they don't all
razors.
have an outlet. Yeah, that's why all that stuff's together. I mean, they got to keep it together, you know?
Mine's 2-stroke. It's pull start.
I'm trying to choose my words very carefully right now. I know Danielle's is regular, so yours is
You don't know
two-stroke.
what hers is.
Got it. So that's for you.
Don't act like you know what hers is.
So that's like, what's that movie? Euro Trip? Where the guy gets caught in
It's
the...
okay because it's your dog.
Yeah. That's not the same movie, but that's funny.
I think it's Road Trip.
In Euro Trip, the guy he gets into a brothel in Amsterdam and says the wrong safe word, and they like come out with like, she's got a backpack blower thing on, and they've got him strapped up, and he's screaming, and they're just like, like that's you, right? You're just
Maybe.
panicked.
You never know.
The biggest shit.
I don't know if I'm panicked. Sounds like a good time.
That sounds like something. Your kids are in the room still, are they?
I don't hide anything from them.
Grow up, boys.
God, they're boys. Jesus.
It's kind of funny. So they communicate through Discord, through a lot of video game stuff. You'll have Discord channels and all of this stuff, right? And so I got a Discord just so that I could message them and be like, time to go to bed, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because they may not be paying attention to anything else, but they got their Discord thing going up on the corner, right?
That's smart. Yeah, okay.
Well, then my 14-year-old son found that you can have like a customizable status underneath your name. So it'll have his name and then it'll have like what you're doing, right? And so he put watching Pornhub as his customizable status. And so
I did not think that this is where that was going.
So his
oh my God.
his little brother, you know, that our boys, they always want to tattle on each other and just get each other in trouble. Meanwhile, I keep trying to tell them that if you guys would just team up, you could get away with really whatever you want. So his little brother comes running upstairs and he's like, "Look at Mason's Discord status." You know, it's watching Pornhub. So of course I go running down there to like try to catch him in the act. And it's
Why? What is the matter with you?
You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
What are you doing, dude?
because
No, Mitch goes running downstairs with his 2-stroke. Here you go, son.
I don't know where this podcast is going, but I like it.
anyway,
I'm so glad I came to town.
Oh my God.
I'm glad I can help.
I went down there because we're supposed to have all that shit locked off of our internet. You're not supposed to be able to get to any of that, right?
They know how to get through
Well,
it.
I know. That's what I'm wanting.
So let's be honest. Mitch has no technology skills at all.
No.
Mason's super smart. There's
Yeah.
no
Of
way.
course,
There's
of course.
no way
I know.
you can.
That's why I was catching him in the act. I'm trying to catch him at something that he
Okay,
thinks
okay.
he's pulling over me, right?
Go ahead.
So I go down there and he's like, it's nothing, and he shows me that it's a customizable status. Well, now that I know it's a customizable status, I changed the status of my Discord name. And keep in mind, I only have 2 friends on Discord, and it's my 2 sons. So literally, it says my screen name, and then it says "banging your mom" underneath it. So,
Dude, that is so fucked up. That is hilarious.
hey,
What is the matter with you?
assert dominance. That's what's
Asserted dominance. You don't have 4. You said, come on. You got 1.
you got 1.
Oh shit, man.
Probably just learned something about me you never knew, right? We're gonna have to title this episode just like
Let's be-
fucked up shit. That's the title of this
I
episode.
have known Mitch. How long have we known each other?
Since I don't know, 7th grade, 8th grade.
So 13. We're 40. I'm about to be 42.
Yeah.
Math, quick, somebody. No one even gets a calculator out.
I'm 38.
30 years.
So 30 years. Thank you.
Yeah. Coming, like, nearing the door
Yeah,
of 30 years.
And nothing has surprised me nearly as much as what you just said.
Do you remember?
Like, seriously, dude.
See, your dad he still lives in the farmhouse. They've moved it farther back from the road, but he used to live in a farmhouse off Woods Chapel Road, and at that time, Woods Chapel Road was the small 2-lane road.
Yeah, I'd ride my bike from your house.
Well, your dad worked nights.
Yeah.
And so we'd come over to his place and hang out because his dad wasn't there.
Sure.
Right?
That's when I lived in the duplex.
No. I'm talking when he lived in the blue house.
We still did the same thing.
Yeah, we still did the same thing at the duplex, but when he moved it to the other place, we'd go over there and, like, cars would drive by on Woods Chapel, and we'd tee up golf balls in the front yard and try to hit cars with them. Well, it's pitch black dark, right? And so we broke the head off of a couple of drivers because you can't see anything, right?
Yeah.
And so then we got this idea. Somebody had a gorilla mask, and we got this idea to fold the face into the gorilla mask to where it looks like this big fuzzy ball. And we tied it to a fishing pole, and we cast it across the road. And we waited for cars to drive by, and we would reel it and yank it across the road. And a couple of these cars would, like, slam on the brakes and thump and, swerve a little bit.
Someone swerved to hit it.
So yeah, somebody swerved to actually hit it. Well, one guy, and so keep in mind, we never knew that, like, we could actually, like, total a car if somebody's trying to avoid this thing.
No, you never think those things can happen.
Yeah. Well, and you're like 10, right? Thank God now they have.
We weren't 10. We were probably 14.
Yeah. So one car.
That's not an excuse.
David and I are sitting beside each other in this ditch, and we're in pretty much his front yard. Like, we have nowhere to run, right?
Oh,
it's not like we're going to outrun somebody across the neighborhood.
No, we're in the front yard.
Yeah, and so we cast this thing across the road, and we start reeling it in, and this car slams on the brakes and stops in time, and then it gets out, and we're like, fuck, like, we're attached to this. Like, he's going to pick this thing up, and, like, we're attached to it.
We're reeling.
Yeah.
We're reeling
quick.
bitch.
We drop the pole and run. Like, run for your life, God, we did some stupid shit back in the day.
Do you remember when we made napalm?
Yeah.
So Mitch lived in a neighborhood, and so we would dissolve foam into gasoline.
Yeah, you take like a metal Folgers can and fill it full of gasoline, and then you take a styrofoam cooler and you break it off in chunks, and as you push the styrofoam into the gasoline, turns to gum.
Melts.
Yeah.
And now you can put it on a stick and fling it, and it's fire.
Or you can dump it in the middle of a 4-lane road and set it on fire and wait for the fire department to come.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we used to do stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
That was great. Do you remember the time that we were throwing stuff at cars on Woods Chapel, and the guy came to your house?
Came to my house.
Made you wash his car?
Yeah, I do
told
remember
you not
that.
to answer that fucking door.
Yeah.
He answers the door.
Dude, I have a similar
we used to just
kind
do
of
the
story. Just
dumbest shit.
The dumbest luck. I was walking out. I'll never forget this this is my kind of luck. I'm working in a backyard, and I'm putting something together. I don't remember what it was, like an electrical box or something where I had taken it apart, and I was putting it back together. I wasn't doing the electrical work. I was just putting it back together. And I had the smallest little piece of metal screws. It was broken. And I was going back to my giant trailer full of parts. And I knew I had this part, So I'm walking across the driveway, and I'm like, I know I got this. And I just flicked it like that. And Expedition had turned the corner, and it shattered the back window of that Expedition.
Yeah.
Really?
Just complete perfect timing.
Placement.
Yeah.
Hit it like on the edge.
Perfect.
Like on the edge.
And he turned, and all you hear is go boom, and glass just everywhere.
Oh, shit.
And he got out with a gun because he thought I shot his truck. Oh. And I was like, dude, I'm not armed. I didn't do that.
I was just throwing a piece of trash away.
I looked in his car, and I found that little piece of metal in the back, and I said, this is what I threw. And he goes, well,
you're buying
sucks
me a
for you
windshield.
now, don't it? And I said, yeah, it does. So
Yeah.
I'll get you a check on Friday.
Dude.
Yeah, I'll get you a check on Friday, dog.
So, for those that don't know, David got me my first plumbing job.
Okay.
David was working there a couple of weeks before I did. I actually tried to enlist in the Navy, and my third day in basic training, I had a cardiac episode show up, and they found me unresponsive on a sidewalk, right? And so then I wake up in the hospital, and they
Not
kind of
just drinking days. Unresponsive. Like
no.
unresponsive.
Yeah, it was unresponsive. And so I wake up in the hospital, and they kind of tell me everything that happened and all this stuff. And they asked, like, do you have any idea what may have caused this? And I knew what had caused it because I had the condition going into the Navy. But apparently my recruiting officer, ironically left that paperwork out of the file. And so as soon as I
Gotta
told
get
him,
recruits, man.
Yeah, he needs his numbers.
Gotta get recruits, dog.
So,
Gotta get recruits.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he
Well, they
doesn't
did.
die, I get paid.
so you know, as soon as I told them what had happened, they were like, "Well, you can't be in here with that." And I'm like, "I filled out all the paperwork and I was honest on all that. Like, I mean, I can only do so much, right?" And so they did some research and everything and found out that that paperwork got left out. And anyway, I was not allowed to stay in the Navy with that heart condition.
Left out.
Yeah. And so they gave me the option. It was either entry-level medical separation or medical discharge. And I chose entry-level medical separation to make it look like I was never, ever in the Navy, right? I was only there for 3 days. And so by the time I get back from that, it was too late to start another semester of school.
Yeah.
Dave's like, "Hey, dude, I'm working at this plumbing company. It's pretty fun, and we're busy. We could use you. So come work for us, and then maybe go back to school next semester." And I've been a plumber ever since. But in those first few months of working there, me and another guy named John, Dave knows John, probably still talks to John from time to time.
Campbell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I talked to him 3 days ago.
we were doing a ground rough, and we were waiting on the inspector to get there. And it had rained the days before, and so we were taking little pieces of mud and balling them up. And we're talking like dime-sized balls of mud, just tiny little pieces of mud. And we were throwing them at the truck window, and they would stick. And the game was to try to stack 2 mud balls on top of each other, right?
Okay.
And so you're throwing them, and you'd miss by 3 or 4 inches. And
This is a really weird game.
yeah. And so, you know, next thing you know, there's like 50 mud balls on the truck and no one has stacked one yet. And so we're like getting closer and it's like, oh, what's going to happen, you know? And so finally I take this little ball of mud and I throw it and the whole back window just goes, it had like a little pebble in it and it hit the glass just right.
Perfectly.
And I mean, we were like lobbing them. We weren't throwing them hard because the mud was real sticky.
Sure.
And we were both like in amazement, like, did that really just happen? Because we were both equally as in trouble, you know? And so Harvey, he made me drive that truck for like the next week. And it was the winter. He made me drive that truck for like the next week until they got the back window replaced. So,
Was that?
it was an old blue Chevy diesel.
I know that's the one.
GMC
You that's the
diesel.
one you filled with gasoline too.
Yes, yes.
Did you?
Yeah, that's that was a great first couple of weeks.
Let's get into Mitch's
Yeah, so-
fuck ups here.
so Harvey-
is that also the same truck that you broke the back window out of with a piece of gas pipe?
Yeah. Yeah. That was the humor of the gas pipe was Harvey had just replaced the back window in that. And I was trying, so it's an 8-foot bed, and I thought this piece of gas pipe I was putting up on the rack was plenty long enough. And so I'm sliding it up on the pipe rack, and it was not long enough to land on the next support.
I was going to say, I could already see.
And it went
short of that next support.
Yeah,
It
right,
just tips.
right through the back window.
The
and
best
that back
part
window
is-
was like, it still had the blue tape on it from them setting it.
The
Like,
best part is like it's at the shop. Like everyone's around. And
Yeah.
you just hear this.
and I'm just
What
like,
happened?
you've got to be shitting me. Like,
Everyone looks over.
we're like 2 windows
Mitch!
inside of 6 weeks.
What
Same
are you
window.
doing?
Yeah.
Every fucking time.
Yeah,
Mitch
so-
just finds a way to either get in trouble, have trouble find him, or a funny story.
I never get in trouble. I rarely ever get in trouble. I just have funny shit happen to me. So, I mean, like legal trouble.
That's not my car, is it?
No, that's a garage.
Okay.
I did notice, by the way, that whenever you pulled up, it sounded different. And then when I went up to the garage, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's why I drove the Camaro today.
I thought the car was firing up.
Nope.
Sorry. But yeah.
That's Danielle's car, by the way. That noise you hear is Danielle's car.
Oh, so the garage was shut. She opened it?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it.
So, yeah, that truck. So at Harvey, before he got his shop, he was running out of his house, and he had 3 like fuel canisters propped up in his driveway. And
Same truck. This is
Same truck.
This is the same fucking
So-
1995 single cab blue
single cab
diesel.
blue diesel GMC.
It's probably 2500.
Yeah, it's
It's probably
2500. So he had 3 fuel canisters at his shop. One was on-road diesel, one was off-road diesel, and one was unleaded.
For those that don't know, on road is green, off road is pink. It doesn't have taxes tied to it.
Right,
See-
right. You're not paying road tax on off-road diesel,
Yeah.
right? It's for farm machinery.
We have
and
to at
for
least give like
construction.
red,
one
right?
nugget of information every podcast. That's
Yeah.
your one fucking nugget, people.
And it's red, right?
So
Yeah, it's pink,
So
yeah.
the business nugget is carry a lot of red dye in your truck,
Stop it. Or just buy off road and try to get away from the
or
cops.
carry a lot of green dye in your truck, So you can
That's
dye
probably
your
better.
red fuel green. That's what you need to do,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Anyway,
I don't think that would work. But
So-
all right, nice try.
he tells me, like, he rattles off really quick. I'm like, oh, the truck needs fuel. And he's like, it's the furthest one from the road. And somehow I got lost, and I couldn't remember if it was the furthest one from the road or the one closest to the road. So I'm like, well, it's one of the two. It's
First off-
50-50 shot, right?
First
I should
off-
have just asked again, like, hey, which one was it?
That's bad. So he shouldn't have said that. He should have said, hey, look, diesel is green, off-road is pink, clear is gas.
Right.
You're in a diesel. Use one of the two.
Yeah, I didn't do either of those, right? So I'm like 50-50 shot, furthest from the road, nearest to the road, whatever. So this thing's on fumes, and I fill it up to the brim. And we drive 25 miles to the job. And I text him. This is back in Nextel days, right? Where you'd flip it open and you'd be like, bloop, bloop.
Yeah, I remember.
And so
Nextel,
I pull
baby.
into the job and I'm like, bloop, bloop. Hey, Harvey, just letting you know this truck was running a little funny. and he's like, well, do you think it'll make it home? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to let you know. And he's like, okay, well, just keep me in a loop. We work all day, long day, like deep into the evening, and go to fire it up, and it sounds horrible. It's puking white smoke out the tailpipe like a smoke screen. So I shut it off, and I'm like, hey, Harvey, I don't know what's going on. It's just not running good. And he's like, well, I'm going to have to come pull you home. So he comes and gets like a 12-foot tow strap.
Where
And if
were
you've
you?
ever been,
Where were you?
we were in Independence on the old Royal Meadows golf course.
Oh, shit. That's 30 minutes from the
40,
shop.
43rd and Sterling.
Yeah, that's 30 minutes from the shop.
And so he comes and pulls me, and he gets like a 12-foot chain to pull me home, which if you've ever been pulled in a car, you want a long rope if you can.
A very long rope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're panicked as fuck when they stop.
Yeah, them
12
brakes.
feet away.
Yeah.
Them brakes were red hot by the time we got home because I was riding them so much. And so then one of the home builders was there talking with
Brian Colson.
yes, Brian Colson was there. And
Memory lane is steel trap.
by that time we realized what happened, and so we had to like suck the gas out of the tank, right? And so they let me stick a hose down there and puke a couple of times by trying to suck the gas and siphon it out of there. And after I puked like the third time, Brian Colson's like, there's a lot easier way to do that. And keep in mind, he's been watching me the whole time.
Yeah.
That
And he
guy was
says-
a fucking dick, too.
Yeah,
man.
you cut a slit in that hose about 6 inches from the end, and you put an air needle in there, and then you turn on your compressor.
Oh, yeah.
And
I've
the
heard
air
about that.
rushing out the end will actually suck the fuel out.
I've
and
heard
I'll
about
be
that.
damned if they didn't drain that fuel tank in about 47 seconds.
I have been.
Meanwhile, I spent about 47 minutes throwing up trying to drain it by siphoning.
Trying not to die.
Mitch
Yeah.
and I were living together at the time. And so I'm like, we're supposed to go out and drink beers, right? So I'm
Nope,
like,
that
calling
didn't
him.
happen that
I'm like,
night.
hey, man, everything okay? What's going on? Nothing.
All right, so you've newly started your company and you're trying to pinch pennies. However, you don't realize the biggest thing that's hurting you right now is not gathering all of your information into one spot and making it super efficient for you to use. So the answer is FieldPulse. It gets you off of paper tickets. It gets you off of all of that crazy office work at the end of the day and reconciling all that stuff. And it lets you organize everything with ease. It puts it all into the computer. It actually puts it all into the cloud. So it's not even putting it on your computer. And it lets you organize your customers. It lets you organize all of your service calls. Heck, it'll even route you to your service call. And the best part is, even after all of that, you'll probably realize about a 100% growth in your business just in the first year of using FieldPulse. So if you'd like to check out FieldPulse and see what great looks like, click on the link in the description of this show.
Hey, man, everything okay? Nothing. Hey, man, everything okay? We're going out. Or I'm going without you. He calls me back. He's like, dude, I fucked up real bad. I'll be home like in a little bit, but I'm not going out.
Yeah.
So we're like leaving, and he comes in. Dude, he smells like puke and gasoline.
Yeah.
Like he's got it all over him.
Yeah.
Like he looks like
It was
his
a bad
eyes.
deal.
When you smoke like 4 giant bowls out of a bong, and your eyes are so red that you can't tell the
It's
difference
sandpaper,
between
and you try and pull your eyelids
like
open.
it's from
I've been there.
the gasoline preach. And I'm looking right at him, and I'm like, dude, you look like. He's like, dude, I gotta shower. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah.
I gotta eat something. I gotta go.
I was
to bed.
not well.
No, he wasn't well. He looked like he was gonna die.
But
And so I tell him, I'm like, hey, we'll go out on, I'll see you tomorrow. Are you sure you're all right? He's like, yeah. I think I'm all right. He tells me what happens, and we're all laughing, of
Yeah.
course. We're laughing like, dude,
But I'll be damned
like-
if I didn't show up to work the next day.
Yeah, you did.
Wasn't no pussy.
Well, yeah, okay. But yeah, you looked like you were gonna die, dude.
Yeah, that was a
looked
tough way to learn.
Like you were gonna fucking die.
Tough way to learn the wrong fuel tank.
And now
to
you
fuel
just
up.
plug it up to the wall.
Well, yeah.
and
Now I just plug it into the wall, right? So
you don't do shit.
It's just easy.
And don't have to worry about color tanks.
Yeah, you can't fuck that up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, you'll find a way.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
I mean, you
I
might
will-
find a way.
I will
but,
find a way.
Like as of right now, you're good.
That's
right?
the running joke in the house. Is like, does your truck have enough gas to go to dinner? I'm like, no, it's out, but let's go. it's on vapors. It's running on electrons, baby.
Oh my
So-
god! I do have a story from the field.
What? What do you got?
Is it sponsored by FieldPulse?
It's of course it's sponsored by FieldPulse.
Come on.
I probably. Oh man, am I bleeding? Am I bleeding?
I don't know. You're picking at shit.
Holy
Dude, what'd you do?
shit, dude.
Dude, I got stabbed the other day.
It's running down your neck, son. I'd pull your t-shirt away or it's gonna...
For those of us that are on the.
Well, let me go get some TP out of the bathroom.
God damn it. So for
It's about to hit your shirt.
I don't care.
It's already in it.
Dude, I'm a sheet metal worker. Like I'm usually bleeding a lot.
Fingers, yeah.
I got fucking cut the other day and it will not heal. I don't know what's going on. But I'm gonna give my story anyway. Is it bad? Does it look bad?
It's pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah?
It's pretty bad.
What's it look like?
It looks like you got slit.
Does it look like I got stabbed? Like
Yeah.
Punctured?
Yeah.
Does it look like a puncture? It was a puncture.
Here you go. This is all the TP we had.
God damn it, Mitch. I know you're full of crap. So for those that don't watch on YouTube, fucking watch on YouTube. This is what happens. Oh man, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's all the way. It's look, you got blood on your Void shirt here. You're gonna have to wash that now.
No, I'm gonna go down and take it.
That looks extremely representative of blood coming out of a V, but we're not going to make that.
This may be the greatest episode we've ever had on a
It's
podcast.
your first time.
Glad I can help.
Maybe you broke my. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways, I probably I think that this guy listens to this podcast for sure. Austin can't. You know what the greatest thing about Austin is he's like so virgin, not like a virgin, but like young that he doesn't.
Innocent is the word.
Yes,
Innocent.
yes.
Innocent.
Uncorrupted.
That
Yes.
like everything that happens, like he's like, what the fuck is the matter with
Yeah.
these guys? It's great. So
If he woke up in Vegas with a lion in the back of his car, he'd probably overload.
we've actually been talking about having the next
Trade Winds event might be in Vegas.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if Austin's wife's gonna.
Y'all ever seen The Hangover? 'Cause
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Face tats and tigers are coming
the
our
way
way.
that this podcast is going would be X30 in Las Vegas.
To be honest, if Mitch bought 3, 4, 5 tickets, we could go right now.
Yep.
I got nothing.
All right, what's your story?
My story? Okay, so the guy that used to own when I went to Warrensburg, I'm not going to say his name on here because I don't know if he listens to this or not, but he would go out and run late service calls all the time. Went out one night to a lady's house, actually a guy's house that he knew really well. Hey, furnace isn't working, blah, blah, blah. Me and my wife are separated. Could you run by the house and look at the furnace? You know, they've been separated like, I don't know, a week.
So she lived there, he was gone?
Yes.
Okay.
So he goes over there. He's working on the furnace, pulls the circuit board blower motor out. He's laying on his back looking at the heat exchanger.
Okay.
And this is an old school furnace like like it's cast iron. So it's got 4 burner tubes and that's it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So when
okay.
you could roll under there and look and see exactly what was going on with the heat exchanger.
I've seen those. Okay.
So he goes under there, he's looking, he's carrying on. She comes down, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. How's it going? How are you? How are your he knows this woman extremely well.
Just to paint the picture, is this like a closet unit that he's up under?
It's in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Finished basement. It's got
I don't-
bifold doors.
I don't come from a land of basements, so I'm trying, trying to understand
Texas.
here.
So he's in a basement. He's,
Okay.
He's underneath this.
Okay.
He's looking inside of there.
Gotcha.
They're talking for 20 minutes. So he's got a pressurized test going on this heat exchanger, right? So he's flashlight. He's looking. They're talking about everything. They've been friends for 20 years. Like Scott and this guy are. I shouldn't say Scott.
Oh.
Scott and this guy are. Yeah, blip it. They're great friends. Like they've traveled together. They know all this stuff. Everything, right? So you know he's he's concerned about her. He's asking her, hey, how are you? This and that, blah, blah, blah. What's going on? I know he's been gone for a couple of weeks, and this and that, and blah, blah. He says, she just says literally out of nowhere, you know what I really miss? I just really miss the sex. He rolls out of there. She's naked. She's been naked for 20 minutes. They've been talking. He's like, dude, she's hot as fuck. Stone cold. He's like, I sit up. I'm like trying to gather my thoughts.
And Scott's... Yep. and he's a married man.
Yeah, he's married. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still married. And she's standing there naked in the doorway. He's like, dude, she's been standing there for 20 fucking minutes. He's like, what am I supposed to do? He's like, hey, look, I'm really flattered. I don't know, what we should do. He's like, we can't do this.
Yeah.
We can't do this.
That's a good man.
And stronger than I am. I've been married 20 years. I'm like, dude, how did you do that? He's like, I don't know. He's like, dude, she's literally been standing there for 20 minutes naked, thinking she's gonna fuck me the whole time. And I'm like, dude, that is
Dear Penthouse.
Dear Penthouse Forum, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I probably shouldn't have told that story. But just things like that happen all the time when you're in the field.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I tell him, I was
they
like, so how'd you get out of it? He's like, well, I just told her, we can't do this, and I got to get your furnace back together, and I think that we just need to forget this that ever happened. He's like, she just went upstairs, put on a robe, came back downstairs, I put her stuff together, we never talked of it again.
Nope.
I was like, dude, that is the smoothest get out of a weird situation that I've ever heard about. He's like, dude. And at the time, so he was probably, when he told me this, he was probably like 45 or 50. And then when it happened, he was probably like 40. I'm like, dude, you're strong. I don't know. He's like, dude, she was so fucking hot. She's so hot. She's just standing there.
I can honestly say the years I've been doing this, I've never had that opportunity. So I must have
I haven't either, and it's been 22 years.
Yeah, I must have boring AF or married AF tattooed across my forehead, because it's never come my way.
I have two instances that were similar to that. One of them, she was standing there in a bathrobe.
Half open.
Half open.
Yeah.
Oh, open all the way down to the belly.
I've had the
button.
half opens.
Yeah, and her, it was during a bad freeze, and her kitchen sink, the plumbing actually in the wall had stopped up and frozen split.
Right.
And so I'm just there to do the carpentry. So I'm taking the cabinet apart. I took the sink. I dismounted the sink from the cabinet. I've taken the drywall out. I'm getting it exposed so the plumber can come in and do his thing. And she's standing there the whole time, talking to me, robe open all the way. She's drinking heavily.
She's like, hey.
Trying to get, and I, same thing. I'm like, this
so
is,
damn.
this is
Am I
not.
still bleeding?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, dude, that thing cut me good.
Yeah, that must have gotten you deep.
It did get me deep.
What was it, just 5 months ago you stabbed yourself in the leg with a knife?
Fuck you. Like 10.
You're a little accident prone.
I'm not accident prone. You know what? I'm Mitch Smedley from when we were teenagers.
There you go.
Mitch used to get. Oh,
You
man.
mitched it.
I mitched it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's standing there
Sorry,
drinking
man, go
heavily.
ahead.
No, you're good.
I apologize.
You're good. And then her boyfriend comes over to check on her, and there I am standing in the kitchen.
Oh shit! Robe half open.
She's robe half open. He comes in and just says, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "I'm going home.
I'm fixing
Yeah.
your
I'll
shit,
see y'all
dog.
later."
I am fixing your shit.
See y'all later.
I'm fully clothed. I don't know what's going on with
I don't know
her.
what she's doing, but I'm going home.
Yep.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
man.
And then I actually had, with no sexual innuendo or no advances at all, I had a woman hire me and kick me out the back door like we were having an affair, because she hired me on the premise of I've asked my husband to do this for 6 months and he won't do it. So I'm hiring you, I'm paying you in cash. So you're, and I told her I can send you an invoice. I always explain to all my customers.
Yeah.
You can pay me over email. I can pay payment at the time. You can give me a check, whatever. No, I'm going to pay you in cash because I can't have your invoice on our bank statement.
Yeah.
And so literally I did the work, and I'm getting all my stuff together and getting out like we were having an affair because the garage door was going up and he was coming home, and she's like, "You gotta go." Okay.
You can't fix my pipes.
She even told me park down the street.
Jeez.
So I parked down the street. I had a tarp. I had my bag. It was touching up paint and putting up brackets and shelving and stuff. But she kicked me out of the house like we were having an affair.
Like he's not going to notice.
Yes.
Like he's not gonna notice my shit's better. Like she doesn't have a paintbrush in a can.
Yeah.
Like what the?
Oh, I just did all this today.
And didn't break a sweat, man.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
My nails are still good.
Yeah, and here's dinner.
Damn, I'm still bleeding. What's the matter with me?
I don't know. You on blood thinners?
I was gonna say
No.
you've been drinking.
You better
so
stay
your
off the
blood's
Viagra's
thin.
tonight.
I don't take Viagra.
Good.
I don't take Advil. I don't.
Tonight's not the night to start. Because
What am I gonna do? Go get them over the counter?
pass out. Oh, yeah, you can find off-label anything.
It's Missouri.
I
Just
got-
go to the
do you want
fireworks
some?
stand in Bay City. She's got them on the counter.
I got
Get
some in
whatever
the...
you need in the fireworks counter in Bay City, Missouri.
You ain't shitting. They had... Did you notice, Austin? They had rolled up blunts at the counter. You could have...
Did they really?
Yeah, you can get fireworks, liquor, and a blunt all at the same spot.
My
I mean,
new
that
favorite
is,
place.
if that ain't Missouri, I don't know what is.
My new favorite place.
And you're buying it from a meth head.
Texas blows, man.
Yeah.
This place is awesome.
to be honest,
Yeah,
to be
yeah, we got
honest,
it all on video.
I mean, Missouri's a great state. Like you could get guns. I mean, there's a gun show literally
Almost every weekend.
every month,
Oh, there's
Yeah.
there's 3 gun shows a weekend in Dallas. Yeah,
and,
they're all
and
everywhere.
then literally you can drive down the street and go to the dispensary and get weed, and then you can drive down the street and get liquor.
And you're doing it in a car that didn't have to pass smog.
You fucking preach,
Yeah.
right? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
damn.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great state.
Texas just got rid of the safety inspections. So
I
and,
love Texas too. I
and like
love
Houston, you know, the congested areas, we still have to do the exhaust or the the smog inspection thing, but no more safety inspections. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, Missouri repealed it back to where it's now, I don't know, 10 or 15 years old before they even start. But what's funny is,
It's 10 years or under 100,000 miles.
yeah,
That's the new deal.
here's what's bullshit, though, is like they have to inspect our car to make sure it's worthy of the roads, but they never inspect the roads to make sure they're worthy for our
We'll
cars.
say we got a lot of potholes.
We got a lot of potholes.
Ken and I were noticing that on the way.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, it's bad.
Like,
Ken,
this
you take-
makes
you-
me really appreciative
So-
of
You
the
take one to
so-
the spine driving. Oh, shit.
of all the road
You gotta
construction in
brace
Dallas.
yourself as a passenger.
All the road construction in Dallas were like, that's pretty nice actually to deal
Yeah.
with all the road construction.
You haven't hit a
Holy
pothole.
shit.
This fucking sucked, man.
You haven't hit a pothole until your shoulders touch your ears and you apologize to your car. That's a pothole. That's a Missouri pothole right there. You're like, oh, sorry, baby.
I mean, the ladies like it, but it's rough on the cars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's brutal.
Yeah.
It is brutal.
When the wife wears a low-cut top, I hit them all. I just want to... We're bouncing them everywhere, right? But,
no
you know,
comment.
Missouri just this
Zero
year
comments.
did pass marijuana. It's legal now. So hopefully we can form Project Pothole and we can take all that money and divert it towards towards the roads.
genius titling, marketing. That is
Yeah.
I don't know
perfect.
if you have to be a resident or not. If you guys need me to go to the
I don't
store
know.
for you, I will. I'll get
Yeah.
you some gum.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
pretty sweet.
cheap. I'll go. I don't know. Dude, it's right down the road. It's like
They're on a work trip, Dave.
It's 2 minutes. I didn't say they had to. I said I was offering.
Ken is enough at 8 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. I can't imagine Ken any amount of inebriated on a Friday evening.
Well, just wait till tomorrow night
All right.
and
First
Saturday.
off, you've just given me a challenge.
Yeah.
Get Ken fucked up. What happened to Ken? Wasn't he supposed to film the event? I don't know what happened
don't
to
know.
him. It's just like which hangover is it where they lose the guy?
Hangover 2.
Is it
Two.
two?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
both of them, but
Yeah.
But the second one, they lose
second-
him completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, we have his finger, and that's all we have. Like, he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
Gone.
He's gone. Bangkok has him.
Yeah.
Bangkok has him now.
Kansas City has him now.
Blue Springs, Missouri has him now.
That's
Like, that's not a movie. That's
that's
just
scary.
a sad event.
that's an episode of Cops, is what that is. Which I shit you not.
Episode of Cops.
I shit you not. Cops Cops has literally been filming 5 miles away in Independence, Missouri. Like, we make fun of Independence a lot on the show because it's like the meth capital of the world.
Really? Okay.
Cops has literally been filming there for the last 30 days.
First off,
So, like, social media has been littered with people getting pulled over or been put in handcuffs, and there's the whole film crew there and everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
my Uncle Bill is a KCK cop. He's retired now. He was on Cops 3 times.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's gangster around
He
here.
got off on 2 of those, though.
Probably.
All right, we kind of need to be wrapping this
How
up
long
here.
have we been going?
I don't know.
I'm having a great time.
We got something to do here pretty soon. So, Field Pulse was in
That sounds
town.
fun.
Field Pulse was in town because we got our big event coming up tomorrow night and Saturday. As if you haven't figured out, we're filming this on a Thursday. So if you guys want more part of a lot of this fun, you need to make sure to make it out to the next Trade Winds event, which is, I mean, the Void doesn't really make any money, so it's a Trade Winds event, but the Void kind of runs Trade Winds. So if you guys want more of this fun and everything, grab you a VIP ticket to the next event, and you'll probably get to see Field Pulse, and you'll for sure get to see all of us hanging out and everything else. So until next week, guys, we'll see you later. And Daniel, thanks for stopping
Hey, man,
by.
thank y'all
Daniel.
for having me.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, bro.
Yeah.
Great.
So we'll catch up with you guys later.
All right. Later.